Batting sixth is the pitcher, number 12, Joey.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that iBaseball sent you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all inside broadcast once again. Game 4 from Jim Gebhardt Field. It is the fourth and final battle here today in this Jim Gebhardt version from Sadell High School of the Brent Prange Classic. Again, it's the Rough Riders of Des Moines Roosevelt up against the Knights of Davenport Assumption. And here we get going. We will start things off with number 1, Lucas Kelly, as he gets rocking and rolling here, starts us off. And again, we will go ahead and give you the lineups here for these two teams. And again, the batting order as we look at, that one goes in for a 1-1 count. But the batting order for Roosevelt looks like this. Lucas Kelly in center field, followed by Luther Cox, and then Kingston Cost at short. As that one sent up high, caught in center field. And then, of course, Jonah Calderon at third, Aiden Venz as the DH, Joey Aarons in the pitching spot, followed by Rylan Malloy in left, Miles Lorenzen at second, and Karsten Clausen in center, at catcher, excuse me. And that is the lineup here for Roosevelt. And we continue on with the first inning here, top half anyway. As we go in with one down, bringing up next is Luther Cox to the plate. Across game 1, Cox went 0 for 2 with a walk. Would love to add a little bit more onto his mark here. He stands with an 0-2 count in his first at-bat here in game 2. That one sails away here from Mauser on the plate here, or on the mound, excuse me, for the Assumption Knights. And again, Mauser on the season. Not a ton of action. 0-1 through 5 innings pitched. The 8th grader has a pair of strikeouts here, 3 earned runs and 4 hits allowed on the season. That one, a slow roller out there to second. The pick on the backhand, the fire, the bounce gets just outside the glove as Dittmer unable to capture that one. And we get a base runner onto the base pass here for the Roosevelt Rough Riders right away in the first inning. So once again, with a runner now on first. First time in the Brent Prange Classic that the Rough Riders have claimed such, as Kingston Cost steps back up to the plate. That one catching the outside corner just enough here. 0-1 to the Roosevelt shortstop, and formerly of Des Moines East. And the next pitch, that one sails slicing out of play, strike 2. And And with that, Cost is set down on strikes, and that will mean 2 out. And some quick work here on the mound for Mauser as a fly out, the single, and now a strikeout, have 2 down. Jonah Calderon stepping on up to the plate. He was the only Rough Rider to cross the plate last time up against Northwest. And he looks at a 1-0 count to start his game 2. Again, he moves from the DH role to third base here in this game. And that pitch finds its way in there and evens it up at 1-1. Got Mauser, an 8th grader, coming in fresh. Gets his really first varsity start of the 2025 season. The next pitch, a good breaker, gets him swinging, pulled the string just a bit on that 1-2. And that's where we go again. Calderon on the season right now as it stands. 338, 32 total bases on the year, 13 runs driven in. Would certainly love to add that to his mark here. And that's a shot right in between the gap, but a good pickup at short. But could not quite field it and make a play. That was deep in the hole. And in the end, DeLulio did all he could to try and just keep that one there. And that was a heck of a stop. But in the end, unable to bring that one into make a play as we get 2 runners onto the base pass here with a couple down. And now up at the plate is Aiden Benz as he gets his chance and now is a DH role. Benz went 1 for 3 in game 1 for them here in the Brent Prange Classic, and now looks at a 2-0 count here to start his first at bat in game 2. That one gets sent high, and that will be playable, just breaching the outfield grass, getting him stepping back, and a nice shoestring type of catch there out in left field. Heck of a play by Panther as he comes on and just nabs that one to avoid any runs crossing the plate. And so despite 2 hits on the inning here for the Rough Riders, unable to poke across any runs, it's a scoreless tie once again as we head into the bottom half of the inning when we return. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here, the batting donut. I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom half of the first inning, and it's the Assumption Knights to take to the bats here. And their batting order is looking a lot like this. Ben Yagi starts off in right field. He'll be followed by Jack DeLulio at the shortstop position. As that one first pitch right up the middle, and a little bit of a mishandle there at second. And unable to come up with that one, we get now a runner onto the base pass after the error. Lorenzen with the attempt there, unfortunately unable to come across and grab that one. So that will so the error puts a runner onto the base pass, and DeLulio now stepping on up here for the Knights. And he sends that one out of play. Strike one. Again, more action from the Brent Prange Classic coming up your way tomorrow. This location and many others. It's a huge jam-packed Saturday. And so hopefully you get the chance to catch up and follow along with us as we cover more of this great tournament here. Again, the best not only that Central Iowa has, but arguably the best in the entire state and across the entirety of the state. Now, runner taken off. Ben Yagi will get the stolen base as that ball just shy and a little off target. And now a runner into scoring position here for the Knights. So Yagi not only gets on, but he gets a stolen base. And DeLulio now with a 2-1 count to try and work something with. And again, from Jim Gebhardt Field, a wonderful backdrop here. That one sliced into the outfield it goes. We will now have runner taken off to home, and there will be runners on the corners as DeLulio with a seeing eye single puts runners on first and third here with no down.
Now up number 24, Isaiah Rose.
And Rose stepping on up here. The DH for Mauser on the mound. And right now the signal coming in. At this point, do you try to go and nab the runner taken off to second? Because that's what you're going to have right now. DeLulio is most likely going to head off either this pitch or the next. He's going to be heading to second. So what's it going to be? So he is headed, and there will be a throw. That one does sail a bit, and nice job out there by Koss trying just to keep that one in. Or excuse me, Lorenzen, he did all he could just to keep that one in the infield. Heck of a grab, but nowhere near getting the out. And now 2 stolen bases in a row have runners at second and third here for the Knights. And that one gets set high, and that'll be out of play for strike one. Again, the Knights have quite the road coming on up here. Again, the road ahead. They have Central DeWitt, Muscatine, and of course they also have Bettendorf coming on up. And again, after this, it's 3 straight home games, so some comfort there for them. And again, right now we look at it. Isaiah Rose, who is committed to Loras College following his time here, is going to be a Dewhawk following his time as a Knight. And that one sits high, and that will be out of play, just off the fence, actually. So playable, but not caught. And we go to a 2-2 count. And we have more of that action here, which they're trying to get ahead. If you're Roosevelt pitching, kind of lean into that. Get a little off speed, slow down that velocity just a bit. And it seems as though you're getting these guys really up ahead of themselves on that front foot. So the 2-2 count in the delivery. That one gets struck right side, but that will tail foul and not be caught. So we keep it rolling at 2-2. So the Assumption Knights in the red tops, white bottoms, black lettering. Roosevelt looking once again white stripe, white numbering, blue tops, gray bottoms. And Dittmer on deck here for the Knights here with nobody down. 2 runners on, both in scoring position. And just waits on that one here, says no to that, and we draw it full. Again, Isaiah Rose, Ian Dittmer, and Ben Yagi all headed to Loras after their time here with the Assumption Knights. Again, a huge pickup here for the Dewhawks, and those 3 guys who will be absolutely stellar going forward. And in the meantime, a 6-pitch walk ends up putting runners absolutely full of Knights here, in this top half of inning number 1. And a little bit of deja vu here for the Rough Riders. as again, nobody out and a lot of activity here for the opposing team as Isaiah Rose draws the walk. So Rose at first, DeLulio second, Yagi stands on third. Ian Dittmer, the total base leader for this squad, stepping on up, and he looks at an 0-1 count to start off. So no balls, one strike here. Game 4 of the 4-game slate here. That one a hard rocket right side, but the wrong side of the chalk line it goes. 2-strike count. And again, some big news in the Iowa Hawkeye baseball front. They pick up a commitment from in-state phenom himself in Caleb LaFavor. And that's the second Bishop Heelan guy committed to the Hawkeyes and Coach Heller in the past 2 years. Jaron Bleeker, big hurler for the Hawkeyes, is the one up most recently. And that one sent foul out of play. We remain at an 0-2 count. Again, this broadcast and all of our broadcasts today have been brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. I mean, truly, it's a destination place. Go out there, visit the beautiful city of Galena, and while you're there, have the best meal possible with Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. So a big strikeout there. Ian Dittmer set down. First strikeout of the day here. Again, on the mound here for Aarons. Again, Aarons for the Rough Riders setting up and looking to do some damage here on the season. He has been having a solid year. 18 strikeouts and just 19 earned runs allowed. Teams hitting just .354 against him through 14 innings pitched on the season. So a big set down there now brings up Luke Argo to the plate. Again, Argo had a couple of hits, including the eventual game winner here as they took on the Bondurant for our Blue Jays in Game 1. The next pitch, that one sails a little low, but in there enough for the strike, says the umpire behind the plate. Now we go 0-1. And this battle has not taken up so much. In fact, this is the very first time that these two teams have scored in the Bound era, at least. And their first outing here. And right now it's looking like Assumption with a chance to possibly blow this one open early here. Again, Game 1, you saw 4 runs, in fact, 10 runs in the first 2 innings given up by Roosevelt pitching. They're going to try and stave that off. For the most part, they've done that up to this point, but it's still a 1-2 count with just 1 down and bases full of Knights. The 1-2 delivery, that one's popped up, and that will be in shallow center. Trying to find it out there in right is Kelly. He will find it, and in the meantime, runner taken on home, and the speed of Yagi ends up plating 1, and the first run of the ball game goes to the Knights. It's 1-0. So now with runners on the corners here, again, Rose standing on first.
David Gartner.
And again, DeLulio standing now on third as David Gartner steps up to the plate. So Luke Argo so far has done nothing but produce runs. Again, he now has 3 runs driven in on the day so far, including a couple from Game 1. He's added 1 more here, and now David Gartner with the chance to add more yet coming up. That one laced out there to second. Lorenzen with a pickup towards first base side. He collects and fires for the out. But not before the Knights scratch across 1 run, and they take this one into the next inning with that 1-0 advantage. And we'll see how the Roosevelt Rough Riders answer when we come back after this. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenyourswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for tuning in as we get rocking and rolling. The top half of inning number 2 is set here for you, and as we look at it, it will look like this. It'll be Joey Aarons, Rylan Malloy, and Miles Lorenzen doing the duties to kick off 1, 2, and 3 here for the Rough Riders. And again, want to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast here. Thanks again, as always. Appreciate the comments, thoughts, more. Keep hitting us up. We want to hear more from you. And thanks again for all the comments so far and who you're cheering for. Again, this is mainly an audio broadcast here, a little bit of video here for you. But again, appreciate you coming along for the ride as we get rocking and rolling with inning number 2. And Joey Aarons stepping on up. A quick shot over there, the third, and Argo with the cannon says, not today. Heck of a throw, and the one pitch out quickly puts Assumption in the driver's seat here in the top half. As we get one runner out here, bringing us Rylan Malloy back to the plate. So as we, again, keep rolling right along, want to go ahead and make sure to say, please check out the High and Tight program. Comes your way every Tuesday. We go ahead and highlight all that we can, and that we do that all across the scene, whether that be from the 1A ranks, 2A ranks, 3A ranks, 4A ranks, it does not matter. We always try and catch up all the big highlights, and if there's any big storylines, we want to hear them from you, right? So go ahead and hit us up. Anything that we miss, we want to hear about it. Let us know so that we can accurately go ahead and highlight the entire state of Iowa as best we can. So a 3-1 count here, and we're looking at number 7 hole man in Rylan Malloy, who is looking to try and keep things rolling. That thing gets hit high, playable, drifting into foul territory. It'll drift too far, in fact, and the at-bat will stay alive at a 3-2 count. Again, the last 5 here for the Rough Riders included a sweep or a split over Des Moines Lincoln and a split with Ottumwa before falling today 13-1 to Joaquin Northwest. And that one swung on, tried to take it pull side. In the end, Malloy gets set down. The second strike for Mauser here on the day. And now Lorenzen gets the chance to step on up. Miles Lorenzen, the second baseman, getting his chance here. And on deck will be Maddox White. So Lorenzen starting things off 1-0 with the count. And one down, Mauser with the pitch. That one tailing back in, nicely done. There's always something to be said, I think, about that two-seamer that bites its way back in there. It's something special. It's subtle, but in the end, it can do a whole lot. And if you master that down, I think you have a lot going on for you. And that looked like a pitch at which he felt at least very comfortable about. So the 2-2 delivery, it's set, and now that one's chopped out there left field. The pickup and fire from DeLulio will get him. And that is a heck of a play, and that's how you wrap up this half inning. So 1, 2, 3, go the Rough Riders. They are set down in order, and now it's time to head on over and get the bottom half of the inning coming on up. It'll be Hamilton, Bauman, and Panther when we return for the Knights right after this. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school, and just thinking, I mean, how great they were, and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom half of inning number 2 is underway. Ben Hamilton kicks us off and gets us rocking here as we get rolling. It's a 1-0 advantage for Assumption as we get started off. Again, excuse me, as always, please go ahead, like, subscribe, spread the word here as we like to go ahead and spread what great play we see across the state of Iowa. And what better place to get the variety of play right now than the Brent Prange Classic here, especially at Jim Gebhardt Field. That one, a slow roller out there to Lorenzen on the run. Can't get him. Nice running here by Hamilton, the speedy Hamilton anyway. That one pulled him right in front of second base, and across the body throws are always tough to do, and especially to be accurate on. He was accurate, but in the end, not in time. And that is how Ben Hamilton gets his first hit of the ball game. And now Gage Bauman stepping on up to the plate. And that one almost gets away there. Cox with a good snag at first. So the empty count here with nobody out, one on. And the bunt attempt there, a little high one at that. Nonetheless, it gets the job done. Runner gets over to second, and there was no chance but to get the runner at first. In the end, Bauman with a successful sacrifice, and he gets traded out number 1 for a runner in scoring position.
For the Knights is number 34.
And now in the ninth hole, Jackson Panther was the player of the game in the last game that Assumption took part in. And he looks up here again. He had quite the hit, including a long ball in that game 1. Would love to add on to that mark here. And 1-0 the count here. 1 down, 1 runner on. Assumption trying to add on to their 1-0 lead. And Aaron on the mound right now. And they'll have to take a quick pause here as Panther will exit here after calling time. And that's what the umpire is saying. We got to get rolling. We got to get pitching. So that's the conversation that they had up to this point. Right now, a 2-0 count. Number 9 hole man here for the Knights. And Aarons will go home. That one's sent out of play, 2-1. Again, a big pickup here for Coach Rick Keller in the Hawkeyes as Caleb LeFavor is now going to be a Hawkeye following his commitment earlier today. Again, he's been looking around. A lot of programs after him, and glad that the hometown team ends up capturing him with the commitment there. As Coach Heller, again, with the transfer portal, a lot of things going on, but if you could be a high school guy that they really want, it is something special, especially in today's era, and that is a special guy right there in Caleb Lefevre, as he is now committed to be a Hawkeye. And a swing there here by Panther, one that would have probably sent it out of the park, but in the end, that gets by him here for the strikeout. Second one on the day here for Aarons. As now we go back to the top of the lineup here in Ben Yagi, who reached and stole a base, later came around to score. And right now with 2 out, he still has a chance to help his team out there. That one is lifted into right field, and we get a wave around third. There will be a throw. It will not be in time, as the Knights have plated one more as Ben Hamilton crosses the plate. It's a 2-0 ball game off of the bat of Ben Yagi with an RBI.
Head towards that batter's box now for Assumption is number 9.
So Yagi with the second trip onto the base pass, first hit, and that's a run driven in. And now Jack DeLulio standing on up. He singled, stole a base, and got all the way to third last time. And here we stand. And watching them back here again. 1 run in each of the first 2 innings here so far anyway for Assumption. Sacrifice RBI by Luke Argo, and then a Ben Yagi RBI single have accounted for the 2 runs for the Knights. And a 1-0 start here to the second at bat here of the game for DeLulio. So 2 down, and more action happening here. That pitch goes a little bit high, and we go 2-0. Both of these teams looking to improve upon the seasons a year prior. Again, this Roosevelt squad had one of the better years for them in recent history. Again, last year's season, a heck of a year, 27-15 overall. It did mark the 4th consecutive 20-plus win season in their history, again, in their recent history. Overall, they have had 8. Let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've had 10 20-plus win seasons over the course of the last, dating all the way back to 2009. As a stolen base attempt is credited here for Yagi, second of the game. And DeLulio with a 2-1 count here. But again, this is a Roosevelt squad that, again, 4 straight years, or the past 4 years anyway, have made it 20-plus wins. It doesn't look like they will hit that in the regular season. That one lifted into center field. 1 step back goes White. He will capture it for the out, but not before the Knights go ahead and plate one more. They have doubled their lead. It's now 2-0 as we head into inning number 3. And what a game this is. A defensive battle up to this point. There have been runs that come at a premium, but they have earned them for sure. And in the end, it is a 2-0 advantage here for Mauser as he comes back onto the mound for the Knights. And we'll be back after this to show you what comes up next when it is 9-1-2 for the Rough Riders after this.
Recap, bottom of the second, 1.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school, and just thinking, how great they were, and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
go. We're at the bottom.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we go ahead and we get rocking here. We're starting off the inning number 3, the top half, as we get rolling here with the Rough Riders up at the plate. And their chance with 9-1-2. Maddox White starting things off, and he sends one left field, and he gets one rolling here. First pitch he sees, he deposits it right along the line here, and a celebration for him as he picks up the double and gets things rolling here quickly, I should say. So a stand-up double for Maddox White, and now the top of the lineup for the Rough Riders comes back up.
Coming up for the Rough Riders, number 1, Lucas Kelly.
Get on base and just play the game.
And again, it is the first battle between these two teams here ever in recent history. And so as they get to continue to roll on, again, for White, that was officially his second double of the season. Make that his 11th hit of the 2025 campaign. And again, as Lucas Kelly stepping on up to the plate, 1-0 is the count. And again, nobody out. That one is hugging the line. It's fair. And that's one run coming on home for the Rough Riders. The throw to second is offline as that one escapes to left field. And there you go. Back-to-back doubles here for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. They put across one run and cut the lead in half. It's now a 2-1 margin.
Luther Cox.
And now the Lucas Kelly RBI double. Again, back-to-back have given them one run now and nobody out. Now as we move on to Luther Cox stepping on up to the plate, and he fouls one out for strike one. So this is a prime position and one that the Rough Riders haven't seen yet up until this point today. Nobody out. The runner already come home, and a runner in scoring position. Prime opportunity, enough real estate to go ahead and do something with. The next pitch seems too far outside, and we even it up at 1 apiece. Again, we have a cool conversation coming your way. Will Biggs out of Waukee High School. He is a number 1 rated 2028 prospect here, and he has just been absolutely on fire. We had a conversation with him as that's a 2-chopper. Slow one out there to second, and unable to come up with it is Bauman. He will unfortunately let that one not go by him, but unfortunately has to just eat it, as now we get runners on the corners here for the Rough Riders. And nobody out.
The Rough Riders, number 5, Kingston Cost.
And now Kingston Cost back up to the plate.
Yeah, something like that.
Cost over 1 with a strikeout. He would love to follow up, go back-to-back hits. Actually, back-to-back hits. As 2 doubles and a single have now put runners on the corners, already 1 home. And Cost, arguably one of the bigger power bats in this lineup, takes strike 1. Again, it was game 1 of the 4-game slate. It was the Waukee Northwest Wolves 2-0 over Bondurant Farrar. Game 2 was Assumption over Bondurant Farrar 6-5. And then 13-1, the Wolves of Northwest take over the Rough Riders in that one. And here we stand with 2 strikes. It is a 2-1 advantage here in favor of Assumption. Mauser on the mound, already 2 strikeouts here in this one. And a line shot out there to third. Yagi will come home with it. And Argo, will get the out. As a heck of a throw, nails the runner before he has anything to do with anything. And there goes out number 1, and a big one at that, as the Rough Riders are thwarted at third.
Number 17, Jonah Calderon.
And Jonah Calderon back up to the plate, single back in his first trip. So Coston, with the fielder's choice. And we have 1 down. And now the toss here. Chopper left side. Argo misses that one. A quick fire to first goes offline. And the game is tied as the Roosevelt Rough Riders even it up on the wild throw. Cox will cross home plate. And now it is a 2-all ball game. So the wild throw again now puts a runner at third here, and actually on the corners here for the Rough Riders once again. And again, still just one down. And as now we bring up the DH and Aiden Venz to the plate. So with runners both in scoring position here, again, Calderon on at second, Cost standing on third. They have already plated two of their runs. All two of their runs have come in this inning alone. And they have a chance to get their first lead of the Prange Classic here. Now the look and the fire. That one nicely done by Gartner behind the dish. Not letting that one go anywhere, but in the meantime, it's a 1-0 count. This has been the biggest inning here for the Rough Riders of the Brett Prange Classic entirely. That one outside catches the zone 1-1. It started with a white double and followed up with an RBI double from Lucas Kelly. A single by Cox, and then a fielder's choice by Cost has now given an even 2-2 ball game here. So 2 on the count. That one chops left side. We bring it even at 2 apiece. Again, plenty of action across this Brent Prange Classic. A lot of good games. And as always, you can catch up on how we're doing across our social media scene. As that one is laced on there, the bloop single will plate one. Calderon is heading on for home. The throw is not going to be in time, just short. And for the first time across the Brent Prange Classic, the Rough Riders have the lead. They now went from a 2-run deficit to a 2-run lead. It's 4-2.
Up now for the Rough Riders, number 12, Joey Aarons.
So Aiden Venz picking up a huge hit for him as he draws in 2, and Joey Aaron stepping up to the plate as we have Coach coming out to have just a bit of a conversation here. Again, Venz came in with 12 runs driven in, make his 14th of the season here with that 2-run single. And that officially picked up his 28th hit of the 2025 campaign. A quick conversation from Coach, and we get right back at it here. Again, 1 down. Coach, we also out there having a quick conversation. Aaron's once again into the batter's box. 0 for 1, grounded out his last time up. 4 runs already in this inning alone here for the Rough Riders, and then now the pitch. You know, there's something to be said here. I always love these. I always love weekend tournaments because they really showcase the depth of all squads. Really, what is the depth like? You got multiple games in multiple days, and then of course you also have to worry about the next week that will come. So, what's the depth look like for both of these teams, or for all these teams? And right now, it looks like the Rough Riders are showing their depth here, as they now post 4 runs in the third with still just 1 down. That one hit high, just clear past the chalk line, and nice job as Dittmer will go ahead and he'll corral it for the out. A big out number 2 and a chance to get out of this one.
In the batter's box now for Roosevelt, number 10, Rylan Malloy.
Now, Rylan Malloy stepping on up, strikeout victim in his first plate appearance back in the second. Runners taken off from first. There will be a throw. Gartner sends that a little too high, and he knew it right off the bat in the end. A stolen base credited here as Venz will stand on second. Had a good game so far, 1 for 2 with 2 runs driven in and a stolen base. So as Venz stands once again in scoring position, and a chance to add even more onto the docket here. Next pitch. That one sails too far inside. We even it up at 1 apiece. A 1-1 delivery. That one tried to paint the outside corner. In the end, we bring it 2-1. Again, across tomorrow's action here, we'll go ahead and take a look. The road ahead brought to you by RDA Financial. On this location, we have Sadell and Martinsdale St. Mary's kicking things off tomorrow at 10. Woodbury Central and Sioux Central. It's going to be a heck of a game there, too, at 12:15. And Martinsdale St. Mary's and Woodbury Central at 2:30. And 4:45, MOC Floyd Valley and Sadell round out the day's action and effectively the Brent Prange Classic. Again, catch our highlights across social media, again, all across tomorrow as well. We will be in, the broadcast anyway, will be in Omaha at Tall Anderson Field. And a chance to catch up on a quadrangular there. We will catch 3 out of the 4 games. And that is a swing through there. And the inning has officially come to the close as Mauser's third strikeout will effectively end the inning, but not before 4 runs for the Rough Riders across the plate. They have now turned a 2-run deficit into a 2-run lead. And now we head into the bottom half of the third inning with a chance to see Rose, Dittmer, and Argo try and answer when we get back. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here, the batting donut. I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenyourswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah Rose takes one for the ride, left center field, and that is off the wall. That's a stand-up double for Isaiah Rose, the night DH. A heck of a hit from him, and he could tell he missed a home run by just a few inches, as in the end, he still gets the extra base hit. And now he stands on second with that ringing double, and Ian Dittmer to the plate. So the first pitch that Rose saw of the inning, he deposits it off the left field fence for a double. And now Ian Dittmer standing up to the plate. Rose picking up his 6th double of the season. And, of course, we have a 1-0 count here on Ian Dittmer. Again, 0 for 1 on the game so far. Had a solid outing in Game 1 against the Blue Jays. That one in off the knees, still for a strike, 1-1. Again, across the Game 1 action here. Dittmer effectively 2 for 4 with 2 runs driven in, including a pair of doubles. And that one sent left side, fair territory, as that rolls into deep right field. That will play Rose from second, and trading places there as they swap double for home plate. And now they cut into that deficit. It's a 4-3 ball game now. Ian Dittmer with 3 doubles on the day. He has just been on fire, and in the end, you're not much going to stop him now. This marks his 11th double of the season, or 12th double of the season, excuse me. And now Luke Argo sends that one up high, tailing into foul territory. Cox coming on, but it will be the right fielder and Kelly to come and snag that one. Heck of a play to fight the sun and an oncoming player, and we have 1 down. In the meantime, however, there's still a runner on second base here for the Knights, as David Gartner is stepping on up to the plate. Gartner 0 for 1, ground out to second his last time up. Would love to get things rocking here. His first hit would help. That one sends high, but it won't be very deep into shallow left field. Coming on and camped under it will be Malloy, as that will be a nice, loud out number 2. And a chance to get out with just 1 run crossing the plate here.
3, Ben Hamilton.
And now Ben Hamilton coming on up. He singled in his first trip. 2 for 2 outing would certainly be what they asked for here. Even though 1 run has crossed, they still trail this one. And that one poked over Costa's head, and they're going to send the runner. Dittmer is heading home, and no throw will tie up the ball game. It's all knotted up at 4. Heck of an at-bat. Just willing that one to get into the outfield. And Ben Hamilton will also help on out. He deposits that one for an RBI single. So Dittmer and Hamilton both plate 1. And in the end, we have 1 runner on and 2 down. Hamilton heading on over to second. He'll stand on second now after the ball got away from Herman behind the dish. 0-1 here the count. We're all knotted up at 4-4. And here we go in the next pitch. That one too low, lets it go, ball 1. And again, both of these teams looking to find their first win over each other, because this is the first battle between these two in the Bound era. 1-1 the delivery. That one sent a high chopper out there to short. Cost with the pick, and a nice fire over there gets him at first. That was a little bit of a slow hopper, but in the end, Cost with a strong arm nails him at first and gets out of the inning. So in the end, though, it is still all knotted up at 4 after the Knights plate 2 in the bottom half, and we head into a new inning. It's the 4th when we come back, and when we do, it will be 8, 9, and 1 for the Rough Riders right after this. Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insolites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insolites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insolites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insolites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast here. A 1-2 count on Michael Lorenzen as he starts off. Miles Lorenzen, 0-1 so far on the game here. 1-2 at the count. And that one goes too far outside. In the last half inning for Assumption, they poke across 3 hits and earn 2 runs in the process, 1 left on. They now have 4 runs off 6 hits, 4 runners left on base. That one fouled out of play here, and we keep it rolling with a 2-2 count. Again, the road so far in this game, Assumption started off the scoring with 1 run in the first and second. And it was a busy 3rd inning here for us as the Rough Riders plated all 4 of their runs in the top of the 3rd. And then the Knights answered back with 2 of their own in the bottom half to tie it back up, all at 4. And Lorenzen is sent down on strikes as the 4th K of the game here for Mauser. And now keeps things rolling with the number 9 hole man in Maddox White. White really kicked off the scoring efforts in the 3rd inning, and he did so on a leadoff double, and that was part of 2 doubles, 4 overall hits in the inning. And the 0-1 delivery, here we go, and make it now 1-1. Again, the Knights will take on Washington in their postseason start on July 11th. And meanwhile, the Roosevelt Rough Riders, as we take a look at their journey coming on up here, which, you know, it's never going to be an easy slate. But in the end, it just is one of the hardest starts to the postseason that you can have, as they will go up against Valley on the 11th at Valley High School. Both games at 7 p.m. And so the 2-2 goes too far inside. And as Maddox White goes on to first base, he'll do so after being hit by pitch. First hit by pitch of the game here for Mauser. But tried to go too far inside and ends up plunking him. In the end, a runner onto the base pass here for the Rough Riders, bringing up the top of the lineup here. And in essence, we will have a new batter in the leadoff spot. And it will be Amari Harvey. The senior batting .340 with 22 total bases on the season will take place of Lucas Kelly.
It's a show. It's a show. But yeah, we got people in our congregation that don't see it and they don't think that's what's going on.
Again, Amari Harvey Parks. The senior has 17 hits on the year, 3 extra base hits, 6 runs driven in, 14 walks on the year. We did not see him across game 1, but he gets a chance to get back into the lineup here as we are midway through game 2 here, the 4th and final game from Jim Gebhardt Field today. No 1-0 and a quick check over there to first. It gives us a quick chance to remind you we have our player performance of the week. Go ahead and get your nominations in. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, however you want to get in touch with us. We want to hear from you. Also, iabaseball1@gmail.com. As a runner taken off to second, there will be a throw. The tag is implied in time. What a throw by David Gartner behind the dish. Heck of a play and almost an even better tag out there, as the Lulio had to kind of go across the backside of his body to make that tag. In the end, gets him on the leg, and a heck of a joint effort there to get out number 2. 2-0 is fouled off, and now we go 1-2. 2-1 delivery. That's a high chopper out there to DeLulio. He'll have to catch it off the grass. A fire to first. We'll nab him by a step. Nice job, nice play, nice effort. And that's how they wrap it up. So despite some early action and a chance to go somewhere, in the end, all for naught for the Rough Riders. It remains a 4-4 ball game when we return. Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here as we get rolling. It is the bottom half of the inning, and I appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Again, Andrew Brown with all the calls here for you. Already one out here as Panther is set out on the pop-up. And now we get the top of the lineup back again, and Ben Yagi, who has been as instrumental in this game as just about anybody. He's reached via error, stolen base, and has an RBI single. And in fact, I should mention 2 stolen bases on the day. He has been a heck of a leader from the leadoff spot. And he floats one out there into right field. It'll find its way into the right field grass just in front of Kelly and just behind Lorenzen. Heck of a seeing eye single for him. And Ben Yagi's been on an absolute tear. His second hit of the ball game, 3rd straight trip onto the base paths. And with one down, now Jack DeLulio standing on up. 1 for 2, singled back in the first, and later stole a base as well. Looking to regain the lead. They had it 2-0 before Roosevelt ended up plating 4 in the third. And now they fought their way back to tie it up, but are looking to gain that advantage here. Roosevelt, 14 and 15 overall on the season. Again, 19-9, the Assumption Knights following their win and Roosevelt's loss earlier today. And now the pick and fire. Aarons gets a good strike over there, evens it up at 1 apiece. Again, with a runner on first. This has been a game that's we mentioned Assumption scoring late. They kind of flipped the script here in their second game here today. And again, all 4 of their runs have come in the first 3 innings. Now, they're going to need obviously more to win it. But again, we saw late game action for them in game 1. And they have found a way to be a balanced team here as they go in game 2. And Cox with a shot right towards him. Had to spin around, but unfortunately couldn't get a throw off to second. In the end, they do get it out as an out, though, and 2 down, which now brings up Isaiah Rose to the plate. So 4-4 tie ball game, 2 down, Assumption, and that is a balk, ladies and gentlemen, as the Assumption gets a free pass here on the balk. That allows now a runner on to third, and a good chance here, but still 2 down, so there's not a ton of flexibility in how you score. You truly need a hit here. Next pitch, that one slice left side, a good pickup at third, across the diamond it goes, and that's as far of a throw as you could get on the infield. Calderon with a heck of a dart, and he ends up thwarting the attempt here for Assumption to score, and we remain all knotted up at 4. So despite a hit, nothing else going on the docket here, and we now head into the next inning. The top of the 5th brings 2, 3, and 4 for the Rough Riders right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the Assumption Knights in the last half inning. 1 hit, no runs. In the end, they have 4 runs off 7 hits and 4 runners left on base. We go ahead and start off with Luther Cox in his third chance up. He's been very efficient at the plate, officially 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles in that. And he darts one out there to right field, and Yagi, nearing the line, catches it for an out. And now Kingston Koss stepping on, or excuse me, not Kingston Koss, changing things up on me here as Gabe Bukowski standing on up, the sophomore.
Number 6, Gabe Bukowski.
That one, a one chopper out there to short. The pick from a nice throw by DeLulio. That was a high chopper, ends up on a good run. There's something to be said about great timing, and that was it right there. Caught it in stride. The run helped that momentum, and 2 quick out here in the top of inning number 5.
Up now for the Rough Riders, number 17, Jonah Calderon.
Jonah Calderon stepping on up. After ending the last half inning on a strong throw, he now steps up 1 for 2 with the bat. He singled back in the first. And he sends that one foul left side, and we go 1-1. The next pitch, nicely done, framed by Gartner, but unfortunately no go for the strike, 2-1. Again, across the diamond, Argo, DeLulio, Bauman, and Dittmer on the infield. That one sent back. And Panther, Hamilton, Yagi make out the outfield left to right for the Knights. Again, the Knights are once again Greg Tisson doing the duties, running the show here for the Knights, and it's, again, Randy Wee for the Rough Riders. That one floating, finding its way into the outfield grass. Calderon finds his second hit of the ball game, as that one had just enough on it and just enough downward on it to end up falling out of the outstretched glove of Hamilton. And Calderon with his second single of the game keeps things rolling here. And now we move on to Aiden Venz, who has had a big part to play in today's game, a really big part. He singled home 2 runs and later stole a base back in the third. And he'll send that one on a blooper outside to right field, and that blooper ends up being caught here by Yagi. So the Calderon single means no harm, no foul.
The fly out to right will end it. And now we have more coming on up in the bottom half of inning number 5. And with that, it'll be Dittmer, Argo, and Gartner for the Knights as they try and break the tie right after this.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nolan Dittmer starting things off here in his third at-bat of the game. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI double, which he struck back in the third inning. And they lace that one foul for first strike. Here we go, 1-1. Again, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for tuning in across the entire day slate. It's been a fun one as we started with Bondurant, Farrar, and Waukee Northwest. Then it was Bondurant, Farrar, and Assumption, followed by Roosevelt and Northwest, and now wrapping up with Assumption and Roosevelt here. And again, part of the huge and wonderful classic, the Brent Prange Classic, which has been going on for several years. I mean, it's been going on for a while. It's been a staple here as that one gets set high and playable out there in shallow center. And coming on will be White to grab that one for a loud out number 1. A big out like that as Dittmer goes down, and now Argo, who is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice RBI in the first, stepping on up. Brother linebacker for Grandview University football, but a heck of a player there. In the end, Argo now getting his chance here on the diamond for the Knights. That one sailing too far outside. We started with 1-0. Again, the scoring started off with the Knights 2-1 in each of the first 2 innings, and then it was the Rough Riders to get not only a lead, but a 2-run lead in the top half of the third, which was answered by 2 more to even up the game by Assumption in the bottom half of the second. And since then, it's been scoreless, and that's where we stand right now, all knotted up at 4 as we go through the bottom of inning number 5. Again, Argo, a big part of that first inning. He sacrificed the first run of the game. That one tailing right side comes into the glove of Kelly for out number 2. That one had him trailing towards center, but that was biting hard towards the line. So heck of an effort to adjust midway through. And in the end, 2 down brings up David Gartner with bases empty. Gartner 0 for 2 so far, sends that one high left field, and 2 steps back goes Malloy, and he will end up capturing that for out number 3. So no harm, no foul. 1, 2, 3 down in order go with the Knights, as the fly out to left will officially complete the entire outfield of outs. And in the end, sets down the Knights. And we remain all knotted up at 4 as we head into a brand new inning. And the 6th will start us off with Aarons, Malloy, and Levernston coming on up after this.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor iabaseball.com. Please visit rdafn.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in a deadlocked game here from Jim Gebhardt Field. Game 4 of the Brent Prange Classic from the Sadell site. And here we go. It is all knotted up at 4. It was 1 run in each of the first 2 innings for the Knights to take a 2-0 advantage, but then that all got swept away and then some as a 4-run top half of the third put the Roosevelt Rough Riders up on top by 2. But then the Knights came storming back once more. They plated 2 in the bottom half of the third to even it up at 4. And since then, 2 scoreless innings have kept us at a 4-4 ball game. And that's what we continue to rock with as Joey Aaron's stepping on up. He is 0 for 2 and 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out to this point. And that one gets laced left side. Slow roller out there for DeLulio. And he is glad that he has the 6-foot-plus guy in Dittmer out there at first, as he doesn't have to worry about the height. And in the end, a strong throw gets the out, and they'll be set down for out number 1. That brings up Rylan Malloy back to the plate. Or excuse me,
number 19, Miles Tubbs.
As Miles Tubbs, I should say, comes back into this one. We saw him in a pitch hit appearance in game 1. And again, out there on the mound here, a new pitcher on the mound as Kalen Graw is stepping up for the Knights. And he has already quickly put, again, Tubbs in a hole, quickly 0-2 with 1 down. And that pitch not quite in there. We go 1-2 the count. And again, get your anybody's thoughts, more concerns. We want to hear about it. We want to have a conversation with you about it. That one gets set high, and Dittmer is trailing right around the line. He'll catch that one. Almost came close to a collision there with Tubbs. In the end, though, he captures out number 2 on the pop-up. And now that will bring up number 23, Miles Lorenzen, who's 0 for 2 on the day so far. So 2 quick out and a chance to get out of this one for the Knights. Meanwhile, if you're Roosevelt, you'd like to replicate what you saw in inning 3, and they're trying to do that here. In the end, we are down to a quick 0-2 count or 0-2 hole for Lorenzen, who has yet to find a hit here in this game, yet to find a hit in the last 5 innings worth of action, although he did get one in game 1, an RBI single in the 4th, which plated the only run that they got against the Wolves of Milwaukee Northwest. And that one is popped up high, and DeLulio near the mound will capture out number 3. And so in order there, 1, 2, and 3 go the Rough Riders. They are set down, and no harm, no foul, no hits, no runs, no nothing. All knotted up at 4. We remain as we now head into the bottom half of the inning. And when we do, it will be Hamilton, Bauman, and Panther right after this here on the iBaseball Network.
That's 3 up, 3 down, score still tied 4-4.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of iabaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor iabaseball.com. Please visit rdafn.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Already one down here in the bottom half of the 6th. As again, we started off with a Hamilton shot to right field. In the end, that comes down into the glove of Kelly in right. So a fly out starts us off. And now we have a new batter up into the mix here for Assumption, as Kalen Graw gets the chance to rock it at the plate for the first time here. And a 1-0 count starts his time off. That one, slow roller out to Lorenzen. He'll pick and fire. A high throw has him off the bag briefly, but Cox falls down just in time, and he secures the catch for the out and 2 quick down.
How does that happen so close? How can second base not make a throw?
Now for the Knights is
And
number
now-
21, Joe Thompson.
And now Joe Thompson getting the chance as he gets his first at-bat opportunity here and takes a look at strike 1 here with 2 down. Again, 3 new batters into the mix here for Assumption. They are tied all knotted up at 4 apiece with Roosevelt. Again, both teams have had plenty of offense up to this point. Both teams with 4 runners left on base as that one's popped foul, and we go to 1 and 2. Again, for Assumption, they've had 4 runs off 7 hits, 4 runners left on base. Meanwhile, 4 runs for Roosevelt off of 5 hits and 4 runners left on base. Half of those for Assumption and Roosevelt have been in scoring position. So opportunities have been there, but most of it has come early as that one is rocketed outside and outside the ballpark here, 1 and 2. So we continue to march along here. Game 4. This is the final game from today here from Jim Gebhardt Field. And that one too far inside, and that catches him just a bit. Thompson will be hit by a pitch, and he'll send his way on to first base. And a chance to get a 2-out rally here with Ben Yagi coming up to the plate.
Up now for the Knights is number 2, Ben Yagi.
Yagi has been very impactful today. He has reached stolen base twice, had an RBI single back in the 2nd, and added 1 more single in the 4th. It has been a fun outing for him. It's been fun to watch him. And not only this year, but over the last couple of years, it has been exciting. This Davenport Assumption squad, I believe, is despite some of the losses from last year and Dreher and others, they really seem like a well-rounded team here. Maybe not a more complete team, but especially a well-rounded program. As that one sent high right field, diving, and that will find its way right near the chalk line. And there you go, station-to-station baseball, and the seeing eye single once more will now give 2 runners on with 2 down. A number of those that kind of just bloop out there that are just shallow enough, not high enough in the air, and they just find their way into that Bermuda Triangle, so to speak. And in the end, that's how we have 2 runners on for Jack DeLilio. Jack DeLilio right now so far has singled, stolen a base, 1 for 3 on the day effectively here. Would love to play hero should he connect and get that elusive run that hasn't happened for either team since the 3rd inning. So the 1-0 count with 2 down. And that one gets hit, popped up. That's trailing, coming on down, but underneath of it will be Kelly, and he'll camp out for the out. So after yet another single here from Yegi, DeLulio unable to connect, pops out to right, and we remain all knotted up at 4 as we now head into the 7th inning. And again, potential for extras here, potentially. We'll see how both these teams fare out. It'll be, for Roosevelt, a chance to add on with White, Kelly, and Cox when we return.
You just need to shut your mouth.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
White.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Maddox White kicks us off here. And ball 1 in off the arms. Last inning here for Assumption. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs. In the end, they have 4 runs off of 8 hits, 5 runners left on base. And, of course, Roosevelt tried to add on to their 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 runners left on. Maddox White, who has reached base twice via double and hit by pitch, trying to continue and try and snake bite this Assumption squad in the very first meeting between these two squads.
New pitcher on the mound.
And we do have a new pitcher on the mound reported. Number 6. We'll go ahead and take a look at who that is. It is Kalen Graw. Kalen Graw doing the pitching duties here for the Knights, trying to keep it at 4 runs as we go full 3 and 2, and now we go ball 4, and now we put a runner onto the base pass here. So potential, as Maddox White has reached base in all 3 trips to the plate so far. Chance to do something as, again, we move on, and once again up to the plate, Amari Harvey Parks. Harvey Parks struck an RBI. Actually, that was Lucas Kelly, RBI double in the 3rd. Or no, that was Harvey Parks, excuse me, as he struck a double there and now fouls that one off for an 0-1 count. So still nobody out. Rough Riders have seen this before. It's going to want to try and capitalize here. Amari Parks over 300 on the season batting average. In the end, 340, 22 total bases, 17 total hits on the year. Again, he came in the 3rd and struck an RBI double. That was help a big part of this offensive surge. Lays down a bunt attempt, but sends that one foul, and effectively, I mean, I could be wrong, but effectively takes away another bunt attempt here. I mean, he could end up, who knows? Coach Wee's not shy on being aggressive and trying to get it right. But in the end, it's going to be hard. Again, a foul ball ends up, a bunt attempt ends up striking you out. So you don't want to have that mistake here, especially in a game where the last 3 innings have been barren on the run column. Now look, the fire, and that one's chopped right back off of him and out right off the high shin there. Kind of insult to injury. You still stand with 2 strikes and no hit there, but it did hit you. And that one sent out of play. And we remain at 2 strikes. So 1 runner on, nobody down. This is a perfect chance here. Des Moines Roosevelt trying to get their first ever win over a Assumption squad. And likewise, Assumption trying to get their first win over a Des Moines Roosevelt squad. And with 2 strikes, the pitch. And the throw down to first, the tag. Not applied in time, but a heck of an opportunity there. Almost got him. In the end, White still stands on first. So 1-2 is the count. And now the pitch, that one laced into center field, and that will be station-to-station baseball. Harvey Parks with another trip onto the base pass. He gets a single there. And from the one spot across him and Lucas Kelly have effectively gone 2 for 3 with a double and a run driven in. So now with runners on first and second, scoring position and opportunity abound here for the Rough Riders as now Cox stands up for his 4th plate appearance. So far he's been effective, 2 for 3, 2 singles. And now coach coming on out, and Graw may end up exiting this game on the mound. We'll have to see. In the end, it seems like at first, runs were going to come pretty well and pretty often. Again, we've had all 8 of our runs scored within the first 3 innings of this game. But contrary to what I talked about with this Assumption squad in their first game, all of it has come early and not a lot has come late in this ball game. We are down to the final regulation inning here, and hopefully both of these teams are looking to try and connect on something here. And right now it's the Roosevelt Rough Riders with a chance to scratch across a run, which could very well turn out to be the winner. So Harvey Parks effectively with a couple hits under his belt. He stands on first. And again on second is White. And Cox standing on up to the plate. Still nobody down. And a pickoff attempt almost. Got him napping out there just a little bit. And in the end, all for naught and still chance to remain in scoring position. And gosh, that's why you got to be ever diligent no matter where you are. You can only let your guard down if you're standing on the base. That one sent foul here, 0-1 the count. Again, the broadcast supported by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. Check them out in Galena, Illinois. A great destination to go and relax, and the Log Cabin must be your go-to place when it comes to hitting up some great fine dining in Galena, Illinois. Check them out today. From steaks to salmon, everything in between. They have it, and it is, again, some of the top-notch quality you will ever find, not just in the area, but really across the country. So check them out today at Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. That one goes too far out of the zone. Here we go and move it 2-1. Again, 2 runs across the first 2 innings for the Knights. They started the scoring with a 2-0 advantage, but then not only did that get evened, but a 2-run deficit for the Knights as the Roosevelt Rough Riders played at 4 in the top of the 3rd. As that one, a weak grounder out there to second. A nice pick and a good fire over there to second. Bauman had to do a quick and little toss from the side, and he does get the out. However, it does exchange it with runners at second and third now.
Now for the Rough Riders is number 6, Gabe Bukowski.
And now Gabe Bukowski stepping on up for the second time. Ground out victim back in inning number 5. Chance, as you can see, the infield all in here. As that one is on the ground, and a look at third. In the end, they got him caught up. There's nobody covering second there, and Harvey Parks gets away with it just a second there. Harvey Parks made his way all the way to third, and in the end, the runner at third did not take off as he got eyed down. And meanwhile, there was a lot of confusion there, and that included nobody covering second base. So Harvey Parks, I think in the end, he gets a little bit of a whew moment as we have 2 down, and we didn't end the inning. Meanwhile, runners still at second and third, and that hot shot down the third base line, place 1. And now coming around home, Harvey Parks will score, and 2 more have plated for the Rough Riders, who gain the lead once more. A heck of a shot by Calderon, who I gotta say is turning out to be one of the hotter hitters in this game, as he now effectively picks up his 3rd hit, and on that 3rd hit, he brings in 2. So clears the bases, and now it's what you wanted here. You've gained the lead. We haven't had a run since the 3rd inning, and that broke the scoreless tie. And now, instead of a 4-4 ball game, Roosevelt has the advantage now 6-4. And that almost came, think about this, if there was somebody covering the bag at second and Harvey Parks was doubled up there, then you wouldn't have this opportunity. As a 2 chopper out there at the Argo, and Argo with a nice fire across the diamond will capture the out, but not before 2 more runs cross the plate here, and it is now a lead for the Roosevelt Rough Riders in the late innings in this one, the most dire time. They have come up in a big way, and they hold a 6-4 advantage. It will be Assumption to try and answer with the heart of their lineup, Rose, Dittmer, and Argo, when we return.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's do or die time for the Knights here in the bottom half of the 7th. But, man, do they have the guys needed to make it happen. Isaiah Rose, Nolan Dittmer, and Luke Argo, 1, 2, 3 to start things off. And they're the guys that have experience in punching in big situations. And that one on a slow roller out there to Lorenzen on the run, and a heck of a throw, gets a big out there. The energy here from the Rough Riders, who are looking to pick up win number 15 on the season. They're now two outs away from doing so.
Now for the Knights is number 25,
and
Nolan
now
Dittmer.
And now Nolan Dittmer stepping on up. He is 1 for 3, doubled a run back in the 3rd inning. And they need him now more than ever, 1 down. And the pitch swings through that one for strike 1. Again, on the mound here for the Rough Riders, Joseph Ahrens. Again, continuing to go the distance already. 18 strikeouts entering today's game. He has put up a couple here in this outing. And has a 1-1 count and looking to go the distance here in the win. Now looking fire. That one chopped right side. Foul, 1-2. I mean, this would be one of the biggest wins of the season here for the Rough Riders should they hold on. And so far for the Rough Riders, again, this will be their highest rated win aside from the win over Ames back on June 16th. So, again, as we now have a little bit of confusion here. Just trying to see where another ball is, I guess I should say. 1 and 2 is the count as it remains with 1 down. And again, the Rough Riders, like I said, the highest rated win for them over number 3, or excuse me, over number 6, Davenport Assumption. Again, it would be their highest rated win since their June 16th victory over Ames as they split that doubleheader. Dittmer with the look, and that one's too far in, almost clips him, but in the end we have an even count at 2 and 2. And now we bring it all full at 3 and 2. Again, Assumption looking to try and go perfect here in the Prange Classic. Meanwhile, Roosevelt looking to even up their match here. That is right back off the fence here. We go 3 and 2 still. So 1 down. Dittmer trying to keep things rolling here for the Knights. The Knights held the first lead of the game 2-0 after 2, and then it was 4-2 after 2.5 innings, and then all knotted up at 4 after 3, and it stayed that way until the top half of this inning, as that one is sent high into right field near the chalk line. Coming on will be Kelly, and a big out number 2 as a pop out to right will give the Knights just one more chance here with 1 out left. And Luke Argo stepping on up to the plate.
On now for the Knights, number 42, Luke Argo.
Argo has a sacrifice RBI in the first, and effectively 0 for 2 with that RBI. Swings through, and now down to their final 2 strikes here in this one. The Rough Riders looking for their highest rated win in the season, aside from the win over Ames on the 16th. That one on a chopper out there to Kingston Coast. The fire across the diamond gets away from him. And now Yagi will head on over, standing up at second, and more life breathed into this Knight squad late in this one, down 2 with 2 out. Argo he went booking around first once he saw that one get away, and now he stands on second. We might have a pitching change here. Again, it was Bukowski that tried to force that one. That was a little bit of a slower ball right deep in the hole. He didn't have much time to get it and get the ball off. In the end, he gloved it fine, the throw offline, and that allowed Argo to make his way from first to second. And now David Gartner has got a chance to try and play hero, at least to tie it anyway, or get 1 run back. Following the air, Gartner up 0 for 3 on the day so far. He sends that one, slow roller out there to second, and Lorenzen will pick it up, and he'll secure the win for the Rough Riders. So a stunning victory as down 2, storming back, and storm back again goes Des Moines Roosevelt. They pick up the win, and they effectively even their time here at the Brent Prange Classic. They split the series, and they win Game 2 6-4.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner of Game 4 at Brent Prange
Again, heck of an outing here from the Roosevelt Rough Riders, and you got to give them credit here, folks. After a big loss to Waukee Northwest, they go against a team they've never faced before in Assumption, and down early 2-0. Again, after only scoring one run in all of their first game, they storm back, put plate 4 in the top half of the third, and then after Assumption tied it, they really, the air was left out of both offenses, but they stormed back, plated 2 in the top half of the 7th, and that was a big hit from Jonah Calderon, who is our player of the game, brought to you by Casmium Sports. Again, Calderon with the big-time hit secures the win for the Roosevelt Rough Riders as they effectively pick up their 15th win of the season, and now, once again, are all knotted up at 15 apiece in their record. Meanwhile, for the Assumption Knights, they fall in this one, and again, as they split the afternoon, I should say. They split the afternoon and effectively move on to 19-10 on the campaign with their defeat here in their second outing. Well, that's going to wrap up our game coverage. We got post-game to wrap things up coming on up. It is a win, 6-4. The Roosevelt Rough Riders pick up the surprise victory over the Knights, their biggest rated win of the season. And we'll be back after this with post-game report to wrap it up.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IA Baseball.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to Insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to Insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here, the batting donut. I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapping up our time together. A final box score, 4 runs off 8 hits, 6 runners left on here for the Knights. Meanwhile, victorious for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, 6 runs off 7 hits, 5 runners left on base. And they effectively move to 15 and 15 on the season. Meanwhile, the Knights fall to 19 and 10 on the campaign. Coming up next here for the Rough Riders in their schedule, which
which never seems to get any easier. They take on a 2-game battle against Des Moines East to wrap up June, and then they take on Norwalk and Des Moines North, both at home on the 1st and 2nd of July. And meanwhile, for the Assumption Knights, their schedule continues on. They will battle Central DeWitt at home on the 30th before taking on a July 2nd battle against Muscatine, and once again back at home against Bettendorf on July 3rd. And of course, Assumption will take on Washington in the first round of the postseason on the 11th. And for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, they will travel to Valley for their first postseason battle, and that will be on the 11th as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, thanks for tuning in. Everybody who's left, I want to give you a special shout out. Thank you. This is our wrap-up of our broadcast schedule here from the Brent Prange Classic. It's always a blessing for us to be here. Please get out, get some T-shirts, get money to a huge, great cause here in the Prange Classic. It's an absolute blessing to be a part of this. Thank you to everybody who makes this possible, my family, all the support system for Tony, and everybody back there at the IA Sports team. Thank you so very much for allowing me to do this. This is a blessing, and I'm never going to stop saying that, because it truly is, and it's always great. And I really appreciate everybody for being here with me. So for the final time here from the Brent Prange Classic, the Rough Riders take the win, and they exit with a 1-1 split. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in, and until we see each other next time, stay safe on the base pass.